Good morning, navigators. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Today's cruise day. We are so excited. We are boarding Royal Caribbean's Allure in the Sea.
You sure about that?
I am. In just a few short hours.
We just did a few takes before this.
Anyways, we are really excited to take you along on this cruise. We are doing 8-day Southern Caribbean.
Yep, and we're going to Aruba, Curacao, and Labadee. And we're staying here at the Hilton, which has been very nice.
Yeah, the Hilton Marina. It's probably a 5-minute short drive to Port Everglades, so we're excited to kind of check out this route. But definitely comment and leave us a post if you like staying in a different hotel and which hotel you like to stay at when you sail out of Port Everglades.
Yeah, and we looked at a bunch of hotels, and we went with this one because it was the kind of closest one, and we were having some hard time finding accessible rooms. A lot of things were already sold out. So we were going to pay more, but as I mentioned, in the previous video, we were actually able to get it for half price. Don't ask me how. It was like this last minute thing where I checked and the price had gone in half. So definitely always book the refundable option because you can change your rate right up into the last minute.
I'd say that was a pretty big savings for us, and some of the other savings we're doing on this cruise, and it's going to be, we're considering it like our test cruise. So
this could be a really bad idea.
In December of 2019, we sailed on Symphony of the Seas, and we got the unlimited dining package, the full beverage package, and the key. So we are doing a retake this time, except we are not doing the beverage package.
Yeah, the beverage package was going to be almost $1,300, and that was with tax and gratuity. And I was like,
$1,300? $1,300? Like, am I going to really drink $1,300 worth of alcohol?
And drinks, and granted, the drink package has everything, right? So you can get smoothies and cappuccinos and stuff like that. So we're going dangerous here. Now, the thing is with the unlimited dining package, you do get 40% off bottles of wine at dinner. So we're thinking that's typically what we drink with dinner. So
not every night.
Not every night, but well, we're on vacation.
Absolutely.
Let's be honest with the people here. Like, we're gonna have a wine with dinner.
Absolutely.
Well, just get a bottle of wine and get it 40% off. So we're gonna try that hack, see how that works. Also, there's a Starbucks on board the ship. And I loaded up, I believe you can use it, we're gonna find out. I'm pretty sure you can use your Starbucks card at the Starbucks, but I loaded that with some cash as well too. So if you really want a cappuccino or something, we go to Starbucks. Other than that, we mostly drink water during the day.
Exactly, and we are actually bringing aboard 2 bottles of wine. So per Royal Caribbean's policy, you can do that. So when we go through, our check-in at the cruise port, we'll declare that, and that kind of gives us a little bit of a head start.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think that's it for us in the Hilton here. We've got to get back up to the room. We did a quick walk around. We were gonna try to shoot this outside, but I think the birds were having a little too much fun last night, so we couldn't really find a spot to plant ourselves. But it's a beautiful property. If you ever do get the chance to stay here, the rooms are lovely, and so far the staff's been really lovely as well too. So highly recommend it.
Yeah. So stay tuned as we make our way over to Port Everglades.
All right, later, navigators.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow, we can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me. Be free.
All right, we made it. So a couple things. This is our first time to Port Everglades. Rule number 1, you gotta have your ID ready to go because there's a gate to get in. So this is not like Miami where you can just drive, like anyone can just drive in, park, Here it's like you gotta have an ID. It's really high security. That's kind of a joke, but no.
They ask questions and make sure you don't have any weapons on you before you get to proceed in. But
I did say to the guy, like, hey, we're going on a cruise. He's like, and then looked at me like I was in the wrong place. I'm like, what? Like, what's going on? And then you'll pull up over here. Actually, I'll just stand up for a second. Over here, and some porters will grab your bags and just make sure to pull all the way to the first spot, or else you'll have
there's like a ton of whistles.
Like seven people yelling at you saying to pull forward. And then you'll come and park in this parking lot. Now, the one thing I will say is we got here and there's literally, I don't know, like 6 handicap parking spaces.
We got the last one.
So I would say come early, but there may be people getting off the ship and those spots might free up later, so I don't know. But if you really need it, and again, I don't know why I should have to say this, but if you really don't need a handicap, I mean, if you have a handicap placard but you're not mobility impaired, maybe think about other folks that are in wheelchairs. We saw several people in wheelchairs. And just, you know,
we need the bigger space to be able to like open our doors fully, get our wheelchair out, do the transfers. Having a mobility device, you really need that extra space in the handicap parking spot.
So just think about, you know, maybe just parking in a regular spot because they're really close, most of them. Anyways, we're gonna head into the terminal and we'll see how this goes. So we'll see you on the flip side. We can't film in the terminal for security. Maybe once we get past security, we'll do a little filming. All right, later, navigators. Afternoon. So as you can see, we are in our stateroom now. We've gotten on the ship and it was interesting onboarding experience.
I thought it was fine. It was quick. I think that was probably what caught us a little off guard, but hey, we took some tips from Tony and Don where they said have all your paperwork ready to go. We had our passports, we had our COVID vaccine the documentation with us, and we had that in hand when we left the car.
Don't put the COVID stuff, I mean, you can have it on your phone, that's fine, but like, just if you can print it out, just print it out because it was much quicker. Also too, I noticed they didn't check our vaccine cards, and I think that's the reason is because Royal, you can scan them ahead of time. So like that step is already done.
But we, as we mentioned, we actually signed up for the key. So that allows us some earlier onboarding. So as soon as we started making our way towards the terminal, they were saying, what's your check-in time? I said, we're with the key. So we just kept basically following the signs for the key, made our way and started the process there.
Yeah, they just kind of like let us in, and they kind of just like, there was this line and they're like, oh, don't worry about that. And they just let us cut the line. Well, it's because of Colleen. So you don't get to cut the line normally, I think, if you have the key, but Colleen gets a VIP access wherever she goes. One thing though, then there's 2 floors to this terminal here in Fort Lauderdale. When you get to the second floor, they start kind of segmenting people. So if you have the key and you're in a wheelchair, don't let them put you with everyone else that might need assistance, because you don't board at the same time as the key. And
Colleen had to say, like, well, we paid for the key. Like, you know, we want to make sure that we can board with everyone.
And we got it worked out, and the people were very nice, and they came over. They still gave her assistance, so we actually got assistance all the way onto the ship.
Right, which isn't something I asked for or needed, but it was helpful. It was really nice. They said, hey, you're starting your vacation, just relax. So they got me up to the gangway, and then another gentleman who actually works on the cruise ship brought me in the rest of the way up into the promenade area. We had no issues getting my wheelchair tools this time through the TSA checkpoint, which was great.
Watch our last video when we went on NCL. It caused a little bit of an incident.
Yeah, but we did, Nate and I both did declare what was in my backpack just to prevent any unnecessary confusion, and then they never checked our 2 bottles of wine too. So
well, we said we have them, and they're like, oh, that's fine. But it's like they even looked to see if it was wine. It could have been
straight vodka.
It could have been anything.
So once we actually got onto the ship, brought us right into the promenade, and at that point, we were all business. So Nate got us hooked up to the internet, and then took it from there.
One thing with the internet, if you use a VPN, like I use a VPN, you know, all the time, make sure to turn off your VPN. It was causing some issues us logging in. Now, had I done that in the terminal, you can detect the Wi-Fi signal of the ship outside of the ship. So, sitting and waiting, I would say try to hook onto the app. You'll choose the version that says free, because that way you can start booking all of your shows, right? The only thing we ran into a problem, the shows was fine, we booked all that, really easy. It was the dining, for some reason, because we have the dining package, I couldn't book our first night's dinner. So I had to go to one of the center terminals, and it was busy and loud, and I was trying to hear the person, and they were wearing a mask. They were very nice. But when we went to lunch, we realized like 2 of our reservations didn't have those. So here's what I would do next time. If I'm on Allure or Symphony, because it's a similar layout, is leave the promenade, go to deck 4 where Izumi is, because you can book your specialty dining in any specialty dining restaurant. And I say that because Izumi is also right next to the main dining room, where you get, if you're doing the key, that's where the luggage drop off is and the key lunch. That's what I would do, because I went into Izumi while we were waiting to get served, and like the guy was like, yep, and it's super quiet. We could actually hear each other. I was like, hey, a couple of my reservations didn't stick. He's like, no problem. You know, and I think I was back to the table in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It was much faster. I would say like just leave the promenade area and go anywhere else to book your specialty dining.
Yeah, but I think it's probably key to get your shows booked, because
Key.
It is key.
Yeah, even the guy who's helped us with the internet said book your shows today, because they will be sold out by the end of the day.
You're getting to see Mamma Mia on this cruise, and there was 2 show choices, I think, or maybe 3. 2 days, and one day had 2 shows, like a matinee and then an evening show, and it's all near the end of the cruise. So Nate and I, we've actually experienced situations on Symphony where the weather was so bad that they had to cancel Hairspray. Unfortunately, one of the cast members had fallen.
Yes.
So we went with the first show of Mamma Mia in case like there is bad weather. We've got another opportunity to hopefully see it the next evening. So that's another tip that we've learned. We've had to miss a lot of shows, especially the aqua theater shows, because if there's rough seas, that water is rocking and it's much too dangerous for those performers to get out there and dive.
So go early in the week. I would say the same thing for the ice show. Same thing, like the ship's moving all around, like they're not going to be doing the ice show. They're not going to be doing the aqua show. Feeling pretty good though. I was a little wiped out at lunch from all the kind of running around, but we had a good lunch. We started with the shrimp cocktail.
We had shrimp cocktail.
And I gotta tell you, between last night, the restaurant we ate at, the boathouse, and here, I think Royal and Fort Lauderdale must be taking up all the large shrimp, because I can't find shrimp that large at home. Then we did the fillets, which were good. Again, this is the tip we found on the cruise ships. Like if you like a medium rare fillet, and that's what you order typically, or steak on shore, order it medium, because it's gonna come medium rare.
Do not order it medium rare. You're gonna get like a rare steak, and that's gonna be no bueno.
And then we had dessert, which I didn't take a photo of dessert, but I had the cheesecake and you had
I had the warm chocolate cake, which was delicious.
This is our second time doing the key, and I'd say especially for this port, and just like now with the time and you get assigned a time, it is worth doing the key.
Yeah, I think just getting onto the ship early and being able to take advantage of getting everything booked, you know that everything is out of the way, and now you can just unpack and relax and enjoy your vacation.
And with the key too, you get some other things. You also get internet, so you get the Voom at sea, which is like the high-speed internet, and then you also get some special times for different attractions on the ship, like the rock wall and flow rider, and I can't remember, zip line.
Yep, zip line. And then also there is priority seating in the theater, so they'll have a section specifically for the suite class, and then they'll have a section for the key. So it allows you not to have to necessarily arrive 45 minutes early to get a good seat. You'll have a seat essentially already reserved for you.
Yep. So we are gonna go head out. It's not quite sail away time, but we're gonna probably poke around here, get unpacked. But before that, we're gonna do a room tour, and then we'll take you to the sail away. How's that sound?
See you later, navigators.
Sound good to you?
Sounds great to me.
We'll see you later, navigators.
Navigators.
All right, so we've got a little bit of our room unpacked, just a little bit because our baggage is still coming. Say hi to Colleen. And I noticed that there's a little bit of the amplification, but it's not, this ship was supposed to go through a whole redo right back in 2020, but we all know what happened in 2020. So the amplification was put off, but they do have some new furniture, and I'm seeing a bunch of umbrellas over here, which is new. I don't think we saw that on Symphony. So there's definitely some touches where they brought in some of the furniture. I think up on the top decks too, can't really see it, but there's some of the bay beds up there. So if you're looking for Colleen, she's probably in one of those day beds. But we're just gonna walk around, and the plan is room, and then we'll see if our luggage gets there, and then do the sail away pump. All right, later navigators.
I have an ice cream, a soft serve, vanilla and chocolate.
How much did you pay for that ice cream?
I paid nothing.
Nothing?
Well, actually, I paid my cruise fare, but it's included. So very excited. Have not had actually an ice cream on a cruise ship yet. I don't know why. I've had like regular ice cream, but I don't think I've done the soft serve. So we found it on our first day, so maybe making a few trips back here.
Dripping there?
Ooh, maybe.
Are you dripping yet? How is it? Good?
Very good.
Very good. I got some ice cream too, all fairness.
So navigators, we just grabbed our ice cream, finished up, and we are overlooking actually the boardwalk now. And I have to say, I love the allure of the seas and the fact that it actually doesn't have the abyss. So you have basically an open shot all the way out to the ocean. It's beautiful. So a little different than some of the other Oasis Class ships, but I think it's a nice removal actually.
So as Colleen was saying, like right where I'm sitting, this is normally where the abyss slide is. And I gotta tell you, they have this beautiful deck up here. They got the wipeout bar. It's just open all the way to the back of the ocean. This is normally being taken up by this big slide. And I'll be honest with you, it's fun to do, but I think more people would enjoy this, the entire cruise, and this view here. So what do you think? Have you been on a Royal Caribbean ship? Do you like the abyss, or do you like this open? This is supposed to go under, like I said, amplification. So at some point they're supposed to put the slide in. So it's your chance right now in the comment section down below to tell Royal Caribbean, do you want to see this ship amplified with the abyss, or do you want to keep this nice and open, just like this? Hey, that's it folks. We are officially out of here.
Yay!
I think Holly's back there somewhere.
5:15. Everyone finally did their muster drill.
Everyone did the muster drill. Good job, guys. Thanks for getting it done. Now we're gonna head on out of here. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Back of the ship because he's actually backing out. I'm not quite sure where he's backing the ship up, but I think we're gonna turn around completely and then head out to sea. But this is very, very cool. I think it's cool. Colin, you think it's cool?
I can't even back my car really safely.
That's a lie. She got a new car with a little backup camera now, so she does a great job backing up. But I can't imagine backing this boat up like this guy's doing right now, because he's doing it like a champ. So anyways, we're gonna hang out here, do sail away, then we're gonna go back to the room, chill a bit, and then we are heading to, where are we heading to tonight? We're heading to Izumi.
Sushi. So our thinking is with sushi is enjoy it on the first night. It's gotta be the freshest.
So you get the freshest fish on the first night. So we're gonna do Izumi tonight. Plus it's casual, so we don't really feel like getting dressed up tonight. We've got the Navigator merch, not for sale, it's exclusive, maybe one day. Anyways, stay tuned, Navigator.
Well, good evening, navigators. So we are at Izumi for dinner. The food looks amazing. The portions look very large. So with the unlimited dining package, we can select from one appetizer, which is like a smaller plate, and then 2 large plates. The bowls are 8 pieces each, so they're good size. And then you get to pick a dessert too. So I think we're gonna have a full belly tonight. One of the other things we actually asked about was with the unlimited dining package, if we could in fact order a bottle of wine and what the discount was. And they did confirm it's 40% off, and we can technically order it anywhere. So if we wanted to get a bottle of wine by the pool one day, we could if we wanted to. So another benefit of the unlimited dining package.
We just finished up dinner at Izumi. It was great. We only ordered 1 dessert, but we got 2 desserts because that's what they do here on Royal Caribbean. They just keep bringing you food. So anyways, really good meal. Great waiter and staff. Everyone's excellent. And I think so far, I think this time, I don't know if the rolls were, I don't think they were smaller. I think we were just smarter about what we ordered, because it's like, the food portions there are like huge. So if you do the specialty rolls, they're pretty big. But you know, Colleen and I just stuck with a couple of like smaller rolls. Dessert was really good. So I think the plan is now, we're both exhausted, but you know, it's our first night here. We can't just go right to bed. So we're gonna go down to the pub. We're gonna go listen to some live music, probably have a nightcap, and then that will be it for us tonight. So anyways, we appreciate you watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And again, later, navigator.